We just finished our first night. We're actually about 24 hours already on the way in a passage from Gibraltar to the Canary Islands, to Lanzarote, the northernmost island in the Canary Islands. Yesterday we passed through the Strait of Gibraltar with a lot of traffic, cargo traffic, loads of sailing vessels all on their way to the Canary Islands and then onwards towards the Caribbean. This is the big winter migration of sailing yachts. Interesting sail last night. I think the first quarter of the moon was out, so it was reasonably bright, but with excellent visibility, clear skies. The wind was between 20 knots and 30 knots, with peaks up to 35 knots. It still continued to come from the east for quite a long time. So we kept on riding the waves, the swell and the wind going west, so we could well clear the coast from Morocco. Because the wind in the passage would be much lighter there, so we needed to go west enough to have a clear and clean and sufficient wind. As we went west, the wind started to veer slowly to the north, as expected. At the moment the wind is at, I'm trying to find my angles here. We have the wind at 100 and right at our beam, right at our stern, and the wind is right now at 64 degrees. So just an overview of where we are. You see, we're not alone in this world. Hey, look. Somebody down in the cockpit switched off, went looked at the data. So a good night passage where it's a very nice day. The wind dropped to 14 knots through wind speed, with us doing about 6 knots over ground. This means that there's hardly any wind that you can feel on the boat, so it's a very mild morning. Well, it's actually already noontime. The skipper is preparing a quick lunch. One crew just went off shift and went to bed, and 3 crew just woke up and are preparing the day shift. This is sailing vessel, no worries, on November the 14th, on a Sunday, on passage from Gibraltar to the Canaries. Over.